The diversions may be what John says they are, and it's not unusual for these powers behind government to have a multiple group of things to do under one cover.
All right, we're coming up on this.
And I'll go into that when we come back.
Please do. 800-313-9443. We'll start rolling the calls after this. Much news and information, folks, coming your way.
Tuned in to the National Intel Report, the Real Talk Radio Show.
All right. Bob, would you like to expound on what you said prior to the break?
Right, and I think that what you said regarding distraction is true, but I think the real strong reasoning behind what is being done by the Illuminists is they think they have a window of opportunity of only a year, perhaps until June, which would be a year and a quarter, and then the President and the Congress is going to be so discredited that they're not going to be able to do anything, even if they're in a majority. And so this is why there's this great rush to get things passed. They did it with cap and trade. They failed, and they'll continue to fail. They did it with...
Careful on that one, Bob.
Pardon me?
I said Barack Obama's going the stealth route through cap and trade because he's already instructed the EPA to start initiating cap and trade.
Yes, that's true, and he has said that. It was about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yep.
And so what he is doing is he is circumventing the Constitution, and he's been doing that with a number of issues as well. But there's this great rush to try to get this medical plan through because it's a way of controlling people. It's extremely important to them, and they'll be doing all of the things that we've talked about in health care, including euthanasia, which is very important to them because anybody who's ill chronically, they'll get rid of them. And believe me, they will.
Well, and there's also a cap, Bob, on in the current plan restricting the amount of health care that you can get, $5,000 to $10,000, depending on if it's an individual or a family. Now, folks, you know current health care costs out there right now, right? Now, do you actually believe that the health care costs are going to come down to the point where the providers and the insurers are going to take way, way less profit on the hopes that they'll be padded and gilded and, well, nestled up to by the government, and they're going to be happy with this? It is you, the person out there that this health care is going to affect. You ain't going to like it. The people around the planet that this has been instituted. And watch, I'll get calls here from Canada about, I can go see the doctor anytime I want. Yeah, if it's something more than a damned headache and it's something life-threatening, if you can get in to see the doctor, by the way, a lot of doctors get into the health business because, well, they want to get rich or for more altruistic reasons that they want to help fellow man, stay healthy. Well, the doctors are going to be all paid the same regardless of their specialty. Well, that's a real incentive. Yeah, I want to go to school for 8 years, become a good doctor, so I can go in there and have my pay regulated by the government. The expansion, which the true market, folks, healthcare is a business. The true market principles apply to this. They're going to be in the catbird position of saying whether a hospital can expand or not. Total government control of the once viable healthcare system before the insurance companies, along with the government, come in to screw the whole thing up and make healthcare unaffordable, along with devaluing dollars, more dollars it costs for healthcare, and on it goes. And we've got these people saying, trust us, we're from the government, and we have the solution for you. Folks, you had better wake up and start taking action today. You've been sitting back on your hindquarters for way too long. If you want evidence of that, take a look at what's going around you every single day of your life. And the only thing that you know right now is to complain. Well, I'm past that. We need the solutions. We need you up off your duffs, out there walking and talking. Get connected with groups. I don't care what you do, but you damn well better do something, because too many of you are relying on too few of us to make the necessary changes to slow this juggernaut down and eventually turn it.
I tried that yesterday. I almost got arrested.
What did you do?
I went to the Barrett-Jackson car auction.
Yeah.
I go there every year. It's always a great people-watching event. For the first time, they had security guards searching women's handbags as you walked in. So I made the snide comment to the security girl that when did Al-Qaeda start putting bombs in ladies' handbags, especially in Scottsdale, Arizona? Well, she freaked out, called security. One of Scottsdale's finest came over, and if I didn't keep my mouth shut, he told me in no uncertain terms I'd be in handcuffs and marched off.
Really?
Yeah. And it's amazing how, the thing that blew my mind is how complacent the people were quite willing to subject themselves to unnecessary. Thank goodness I didn't bring up the Fourth Amendment, or else I would have been arrested. But yeah, I mean, people just willingly accepted it without, and they don't challenge authority in any way, shape, or form. And so long as people don't challenge authority, then they know they can get away with murder.
Well, and it's the propaganda machine out there that's working rather well. McClatchy, Washington Bureau, put this story out the other day, actually the 12th, about a week ago. Most Americans would trim liberties to be safer.
Sure. I mean, look what happens whenever there was an incident like the Nigerian. I mean, the first thing the media does is goes to the airport to interview people who are now being obviously delayed because of extra security checks, and every single one of them says, well, I understand the delay. So long as I'm safer, I'm fine with it. And so long as that mindset's there, these thugs are going to continue doing what they do.
But they're starting to panic along those lines. And callers, please hang on. I'll get to your calls here, I promise you. But down here in Texas, at one of the biggest gun shows down here, and all this is telling me is the government is becoming fearful. They don't care what Supreme Court rulings have been issued. They don't care that they're an unconstitutional under commerce law or whatever they're trying to do here. They're now moving into the gun shows. They're following the model that they just instituted here in Texas with one of the longest-running gun shows here. They're doing this in Tennessee as well. And the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, never could figure out what the hell the TBI was. Is that the other corporate version of the FBI? But at any rate, they're telling the gun show people that, look, you've got to submit all the purchases that were made, and this is where people go, and if they want to buy one off of the shelf, so to speak, they've got to go through the paperwork route. But time was, and there's no legislation on the books, folks, no laws that says that you can't buy from another private seller, and you don't have to go through the monkey stuff. You don't have to go through the paperwork and being vetted and have a waiting period and all this other stuff. They're now coming right out and saying that, oh, no, you can't do that. They're enlisting the help of the local chiefs of police, the administrators, to ram this thing down your throat. All I see behind this is sheer panic, because last year, gentlemen, 14 million guns were sold to people in this country. This has been going on at a record pace for years. They've tried every which way that they could to forestall this, slow the gun sales down now. Now they're just, without even apologies, they're just moving straight forward, not by law. They're just coming in and instituting their policy and telling people, hey, if you don't like it, lump it. Well, I got news for you. What I see behind this is hair pulling, gnashing of teeth, and panic. Not on the part of the citizens, folks, because they've been quietly arming themselves for a lot of years, and it's starting to make these people that just look at the polls. And I'm waiting for the poll to come out and say that, you know what, if you had your druthers and you could do it without repercussions or reprisals, would you tar and feather and light those feathers to your U.S. congressman or senator? I'm sure that the vote would come through by poll saying absolutely I would.
They just arrested, the FBI arrested I think it was two senior executives from Smith & Wesson today.
Oh, well, what did they do?
Allegedly, in a sting operation, they were bribing some dictator from an African country.
Well, they're only operating for the Mossad because they pretty much have the gun trade locked up down there.
Well, yeah, you can't mess with the Mossad's business model.
Business is business. It's nothing personal.
Nothing personal. Nothing at all.
Dean in Texas.
By the way,
yeah.
happy Robert E. Lee Day.